Whoa, buddy! Welcome back. This is Eric here with Guitarsenal. Just fooling around a little bit there in the intro. Hopefully getting a little voodoo on, baby. All right. Today we're going to be taking a look at a really cool pedal. This is the Maxon Overdrive Pro OD-820. It's a reissue of, I believe, an older pedal that Maxon had out, and actually, I take that back. It may not be a reissue of an older pedal, because this pedal, from everything I can discern, is supposed to be, despite its green color, it's supposed to be a clone. It's not really meant to be like a Tube Screamer clone. So a lot of people see this and they go, oh, it's a green pedal, it's a Tube Screamer. I believe this is really supposed to be more of a clone, okay? It gets that mid-range girth, that's just big, airy sound, and it's a very distinctive sound. And I have to admit, I never was really a big fan of the clone. All these people paying all these money for them, and a good friend of mine owns one, and I got to check it out. In fact, we might get that pedal over here for a video. Tell you what, we'll do that. We'll shoot this pedal out against, I know I've got an electro-harmonic Soul Food back there somewhere. The Soul Food is also meant to be a clone of the clone pedal, and the clone is a really interesting setup. We will get a real clone over here to demo, okay? So expect that in a future video. I don't own one, but I know somebody that does, and I'm sure he'll let me borrow it. But I never was a big fan of the clone. I don't know why. I mean, you can really get some crazy sounds out of them, but this particular pedal I've got dialed in for just a little bit of low gain, tones about noon, level to taste, and that's a real nice sound. We've got, this is a Mexican Stratocaster, well, it's well worn and well used, but this is my old Mexi Strat that I've had forever. And other than fresh frets, this is a set of Woodstock 69. These are wound by Abby before she retired from Fender. So, she wound pickups for Hendrix and everything back in the day. Emerson wiring harness, otherwise a pretty relatively standard guitar, okay? We are blocked off. We got full springs in this thing, so I like to really get those notes sustaining. And we are tuned down to Ds. We got the kind of low Voodoo Child tuning going on here. All right, I'm going to disengage the pedal. Here's a naked 1968 Super Reverb amplifier. That right there on its own is pretty awesome. All right, let's add the Maxon. Without. With. Instantly you can hear a mid-range honk, which is great, because Dumble amplifiers have this very mid-range focused sound. Brown face Fender amplifiers have a very mid-range focused sound. And this pedal, that's the one thing I noticed about the clone. It's a very mid-focused pedal. So we have the tone halfway up. We're going to go ahead and increase the drive a little bit. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the way this thing sounds ponied out on the drive, but because I know a lot of you guys are wanting to hear what this pedal can do, we're going to go through some of the extremes. Just know I'm not a huge fan of the drive. I like it kind of low and just adding that bit of compression and that bit of mid-range hump. It sounds really musical, but let's go ahead and we'll start increasing some of the controls. We're going to leave the level where it's at. We have inputs for input, output, 9-volt power, and I do believe this thing will take a battery. I didn't check. And this is also a pedal that I got from Atlanta Discount Music from the used rack, and it was under $100. So this is, I guess, this week's $100 find. Let's give it a listen. This little Strat's cool. I might leave this one tuned down because I think it has a very interesting flair. This guitar begs to be tuned down a half step or a whole step. So, all right, let's give it a listen. Very, Harry. It reminds me a lot, and I know Chad's back there listening, it reminds me a lot of the Ultraphonics, okay? The Ultraphonics does that sort of dumble thing. It's a mid-range hump. It's really getting me in the territory of the Ultraphonics. All right, let's increase the drive. We'll leave the tone where it's at for now. All right, getting on up there on the drive. Let's give it a listen. Not terrible, not terrible. Let's get on up on the drive. Let's go all the way, mama. All right. Makes your amp sound like it's a nuclear bomb dropping into Hiroshima. It's pretty big, okay? Okay, maybe I lied a little bit. Through a worthy amplifier, running that tone on the drive on the top end, you can get into some pretty crazy territory. Let's get it back down a little bit. We're going to leave the tone sort of where it's at. We'll get a little bit higher on the tone spectrum just for as this guitar and amp is set up, you can hear sort of the spectrum. I don't want to get too thrashy on the tone because I don't want to blow your eardrums out here. Let's get on the neck pickup and give it a listen. Okay, okay. I'm totally hearing that mid-range honk, and it's totally getting into the Vertex Ultraphonics territory, 110%. Doesn't really make me think of a Klon, it just makes me think of the Ultraphonics. Now maybe the Ultraphonics is going for this dumble thing. Maybe this pedal's getting into my ear more in the dumble territory with the mid-range honk. But whatever it is, it's glorious, and it responds beautifully under the fingers. It sustains great, it responds to picking dynamics. Really, really cool pedal. I dig it. For $100, cannot go wrong. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. Tune in every Monday and Friday here on Guitarsenal for a new video, 2 new videos each week. We're cranking them out. We've been doing this a long time. Well, in my mind, it feels like a long time. I think we're, what, 120 or so videos in at this point. We've been doing this about pretty solid, about 1.5 years now. So it's been going pretty well, and you know, we've been having a lot of fun with it, and we really appreciate the support. I know we're not a big channel. I know we don't have a ton of viewership, but those of you that stick around, we really appreciate you. And this has been the Maxon Overdrive Pro OD-820. Enjoy your day. I'm gonna have a little bit more fun here. I'm gonna get on the bridge pickup. Let's get that drive back up, and we're gonna do some tone swells and see if we can get some really crazy voodoo train sounds going on here. Now, I want you to picture a train rolling down the tracks, an old locomotive, a steam coming out. I want you to think of a bunch of voodoo skulled heathens on there shouting all kind of black magic, because that's what we're going to go for here. All right? Let's do it. Hold on to your butts.